Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. So today's video is going to be another requested video. This is my top 20 Guerlain perfumes of all time. These are my favorite Guerlain perfumes. Now, I love Guerlain. They're my favorite designer house. I regard them as designer. I don't see them as niche for some reason. To me, they're like Chanel or Christian Dior. You know, they've got their regular range and then they've got their exclusive range. So to me, they're on the same level. And they are my favorite house. And my collection, I own the most fragrances from this house. So I counted my Guerlain perfumes and they come up to 153 fragrances from this house. So that's how much I love them. So today I've chosen 20 and I'm going to start with one that I adore, and you are probably going to guess which one it is. Yes, you've guessed right. It's the Perseus Double Vanille. I always mention this fragrance in nearly every video. I love this fragrance so much. It's from the L'Art et la Matière collection, and that's probably my favorite Guerlain collection. Oh my gosh, smelling this just makes me so happy. I feel cozy, content, happiness, just smelling it. Can you imagine when I wear it? I just want to cuddle myself. It's that good. To me, this one smells like boozy, spicy vanilla. It's absolutely glorious. It's probably the best boozy vanilla that I have ever smelt my entire life. It's that good. I love it. The booziness here is like a rum booziness with the like a vanilla bean. It's just incredible. Go try it if you haven't and you love your vanillas. It's absolutely incredible. Now, the next fragrance is one of the Shalimars. Now, I'm not going to mention the original because it's not my favorite, unfortunately, but I love this flanker. You know what? There we go. Yeah, so it's this flanker over here. This is the Shalimar Edition Charms. And I'll show you what it looks like. Now, why do I love this one more than the original? Because to me, this one, first look at the bottle. Look how gorgeous that bottle is. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The scent is like vintage Shalimar. And I'm talking about really old vintage formula Shalimar. So it smells like that, but it's got more of a creaminess to it. So the old Shalimar to me is a little bit harsh. So the woods and the lemon and the vanilla is a little bit, it's not too well combined. And that's one thing that I struggle with, the regular Shalimar. I'm talking about the vintage Shalimar. And so this one smells like vintage Shalimar, but it's more creamy. So it's got that creamy citrus going on. And the vanilla here is a little bit more edible vanilla, whereas the other Shalimar is more kind of grown up, woody vanilla. I'm not sure if you get what I mean, but I just prefer this one. I love it so much. They always discontinue the good ones, don't they? Okay, so the next fragrance I'm going to show you. Oh, this one. Oh my gosh. Samsara. Samsara. Oh my God, this one. As soon as I smell it like that from the bottle, I am automatically transported to 2003. This is when I discovered this fragrance, either 2003 or 2004. No, I think 2003. I discovered this fragrance by chance. I didn't know anything about it. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'll tell you the story real quickly. A guy that was a friend at that time, he was mentioning, really sexy, gorgeous fragrances he likes on women, on his wife actually. And it was Samsara. And I'm like, oh, what is this? He goes, you have to smell it. It's so good. Like, it just melts me when I smell it on my wife. And I'm like, okay. So I go out and I'm like, I need a new perfume. So I thought I'd go and buy this one. They didn't have a tester in the pharmacy, so I just bought it. And at the time, it was the EDT. And it was I think $85 for the 50 ml bottle. And to me at that time, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. You know, I can't afford that. But anyway, I bought it home, smelt it, and I was literally going to puke. I hated it. I hated it so much. And I thought, this guy's an idiot. Like, what the? It just stunk to my nose, right? And then after a while, we had like a function on or something, and then I thought it would be appropriate to wear it at that time. It was like a belly dancing thing going on. So, and I see it as being an exotic, erotic kind of a scent. So I thought that would be suitable. So I wore it, and I started liking it. I thought it suited me, my personality at the time, and I thought that it just fit me, you know, as a person. So I started wearing it, and it became my signature. For an entire, I think it was year or year and a half, I just wore Samsara every single day. I went through bottles and bottles of it, and I adore it today. It's actually my daughter's favorite fragrance from my entire collection. Okay. And I'm not sure if it's just this bottle. I don't know about the new formula, but I'm assuming it's been reformulated to death. But this is a vintage bottle, and you can tell by this gold rim around the cap. This is an older bottle. Now, this came older again, and it comes in the clear bottle. I've also got that in my collection, which I prefer, but I'm trying to use this one up before I start using the other one. This is Sandalwood Beauty. It's the best sandalwood ever. It's sandalwood with dark, seductive flowers. It's definitely an oriental smelling fragrance. It's absolutely gorgeous, glorious scent. If you can get your hands on a vintage bottle just to kind of smell what it was like, do so, because it's so worth it. Now, this next one is kind of a forgotten about fragrance these days. It came out, I think, in 1983, and it's the Jardins de Bagatelle. I adore this one so much. My bottle is missing the cap. This is a vintage bottle, and it's just so beautiful to look at and to wear. It's a white floral, a big, bold white floral and yellow floral, mainly tuberose. It's slightly woody and slightly green in the opening. It's such a beautiful, old school type of a tuberose fragrance. So if you love tuberose like me, and you like that really old school type, the big, bold, strong woman type of fragrance, you would love this one. That's all it is, a big white tuberose floral, and I just adore it because that's my favorite type of tuberose fragrance. So I don't like the ones where they're too green or too foody. This is my favorite group of tuberose, you could say, the old 80s style white florals. I adore this one so much. Now, speaking of big white floral tuberose fragrances, I have another one, the Mahora, the long discontinued Mahora. I love this fragrance as well. Again, it's the same kind of category as the Jardins de Bagatelle. It's that white floral tuberose type of a scent, except this one is a little bit more sweeter and a little bit more rich, in a way where it's actually more dense. It's more dense, it's more sweeter, whereas that one is more green, I would say. And yeah, I love this one so much. I mean, the bottle is just so unique as well. Okay, next one I'm going to do is another one from the L'Art et la Matière collection. It's my favorite collection from Guerlain. It's the Bois d'Harmonie. I never see this mentioned. I love this. This is probably my favorite. Actually, these two. These two would be my absolute favorite from the L'Art et la Matière collection. I love Bois d'Harmonie so much. Now, to my nose, this one smells like resins, woods, frankincense, smoke. It's just gorgeous. It's sweet, it's delicate. I get a lot of guaiac wood. I get a lot of patchouli in here. some type of flower. It's so beautifully blended and just so unique, and unfortunately it's been discontinued, so that's a bummer, but this one is one of my absolute favorite ones from Guerlain. Now the next one is long discontinued. It's very old. My bottle is very old, and it's this one, Eau de Cologne. Now, when they used to make these as eau de colognes, I don't understand. I mean, today's eau de cologne is completely different. Eau de cologne today means that it's very weak and that it's not long lasting. Whereas these old Guerlain eau de colognes are quite long lasting and they're very strong. So in today's society, this would have been an eau de parfum easily. Okay, so Ode. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of this one. Let me know if you have tried this. It's long been discontinued, unfortunately. It's a fragrance where I would not really have thought I would love so much because it's an aldehydic rose. And it's a vintage smelling aldehydic rose. So it's not modern whatsoever. It's very old school, very old smelling rose, like a bouquet of red roses with aldehydes. That's all this fragrance is. If you don't know what aldehydes are, it's like what they smell like. It's like something very bright or like sparkling. You know, like if you've smelt Chanel fragrances, they tend to use a lot of aldehydes in their fragrances, and when you smell a Chanel, you know that it's a Chanel fragrance because of that bright champagne-like sparkling kind of a scent, and that's what aldehydes are. And this fragrance is just that. It's aldehydes and rose, but it's spectacular. It smells like falling in love. I don't know, it's just so beautiful, and I'm so happy that I have that in my collection. Actually, the next one is another discontinued one. It's the L'Instant Magic Elixir. Oh my gosh, this one. I do love the regular L'Instant Magic, but I love this one a little bit more because it's stronger. It's more kind of refined and just more classier, I think. More sophisticated. Oh my God, it's so good. To me, it smells like almond and vanilla and woods and musk. It's nutty, it's delectable, it's delicious, but at the same time it's kind of like a sophisticated floral woody musk fragrance, and I adore it. The L'Instant Magic, the regular one, is kind of more on the younger side, I would say, and it's more powdery and just more wearable, I think. This one is like a special nighttime occasion, whereas the other one is probably maybe during the day. I love both, but prefer this one. All right, the next fragrance, let's do this one. It is this one. The packaging on this one is just incredible. I will show you what it looks like. Oh my gosh. What can I say about this fragrance? Metallica. If you've tried this one, you know what I'm talking about when I'm going to say that it's the most gorgeous carnation fragrance out there. It's a carnation, vanilla, tonka bean, spice, amber with some iris, I think, rose, and some of that orange citrus, kind of a sweet orange citrus. It is absolutely magnificent. I love this fragrance. It's a woody vanilla carnation scent, and yes, it has been discontinued. You know what? The majority of these fragrances I'm going to show you today are discontinued, so that's just a shame. But yeah, Metallica, later called Metallica, I believe. This is a brilliant perfume. This is my bottle is sealed. I have not opened it yet because I do have some decants of it that I use. So I just want to show you actually the bottle. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Stunning or what? Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. So yeah, that's one of my absolute favorites. It's probably my favorite carnation fragrance, actually. Okay, another stunning beauty with a gorgeous bottle and packaging is this one. I have talked about this before. It's the Guet Apons. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's this one here. This beautiful, beautiful one here. With the ribbon. Look at that bottle. So beautiful. So this one is a powdery woody floral, and it's got that lovely vanilla base, as most, I think all of the Guerlain perfumes do. That beautiful Guerlain signature that they have, and it's also got a bit of amber in there, but the main notes I get is the orris root, the peach, and the cinnamon. It's so beautiful. Definitely one that I was so happy about to purchase last year. I found this one last year and I was searching for it for so long. I love it. It's absolutely one of my favorite ones from Guerlain. Okay, the next one is this one. Oh my gosh. Vega. Who knows this one? This has also been discontinued. This is such a gorgeous woody fragrance. It originally came out in 1936, and so it's quite old, but obviously my bottle is not from 1936. It's just been remade. It's been remade a few times, I believe, and then discontinued, and then remade and discontinued. So this one is an aldehydic woody floral. So it's mainly woods, like creamy sandalwood, with that blast of refreshing kind of aldehydic scent. It's absolutely gorgeous. The dry down is spectacular. The opening is more aldehydic. The dry down is just more creamy, and one of the best woody fragrances for sure. Absolutely love that one. Okay, the next one, let's talk about this one. This is such a pretty fragrance, the Perseus Nectar. I love this one so much. It's very delicate. A lot of people get almond from this fragrance. I don't. It's to me it's more of a floral, like a sweet floral scent. I don't think it's foodie. I don't think it's like a delicious fragrance at all. It's more of a floral woody musk to my nose, and I don't really get that almond. Maybe if there was almond in here, it would be like a green almond, I would suspect, but it's not that creamy, delicious almond. But I love this one so much. It's such an alluring scent. Yeah, if I had to describe it in one word, I'd say alluring. It's so pretty and so easy to wear, and everybody loves this when I wear it. So it's one of those fragrances that are loved by everyone. Like, I can't imagine anyone not liking it. Yeah. Alrighty, moving on. Let's do this one. This is a limited edition and long discontinued, and it's this one, the 180 ounce de Création, I don't know. And it says here it's got a date of 1828 to 2008. So if I remember correctly, this was made for a specific reason. I just don't remember anymore. But it came out just limited bottles, and they came out celebrating something. I don't know. I don't want to go into details, but it's a very limited release. And yeah, what I love about this one is it is in the same family group as, like, the Body Kuros by Yves Saint Laurent, the vintage one, which looks like this. Okay, so these two fragrances share very similar notes. So it's like a vanilla fragrance with woods and spice. So it's kind of, I don't want to say they smell the same, but they kind of, this one reminds me of that. So when I wear this one, it reminds me of this one. So, so it's that type of scent, and I love it because it's like a very sophisticated version of the Body Kuros to me. So that's what I get from it, and I love it. Whoops. Okay, the next fragrance I'll show you is, this has just been discontinued, guys. Can you believe it? It's the Rose Nacre du Desert. And this is the older packaging. I don't have any of the new bulb ones, so it's this one. This is such a gorgeous fragrance. Again, I find this very alluring. It's a rose and oud fragrance, but it's not your regular heavy, you know how you always get those rose and oud, like Rose d'Arabie or the Jo Malone one. It's nothing like that at all. So it's not that type of rose oud. It's more of a gentle rose oud with a lot of spice going on. The dry down to this one is just amazing. If you spray it on your clothes, especially on your scarf, and you just let it sink in and you smell it, you don't want to smell anything else, believe me. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful fragrance. Okay, the next one, I'll do this one. This is also from the L'Art et la Matière collection. I told you I love this collection so much. And this is the first fragrance I bought from that collection, the Angelique Noir, and it still remains as one of, you know, the top three. These are the top three from the collection that I love most. Angelique Noir is such a unique herbal vanilla type of a scent. It's a little bit green, a little bit herbal, as I said, somewhat bitter in the opening, but the dry down, it just becomes more sweeter, more relaxed, and just, simply amazing. It's a stunning, unique one. It's a little bit more unique than the other two that I've mentioned. So it's a herbal vanilla, basically, and I love it. All right, let's do one from the Elixir of Chanel collection. I recently posted a photo on my Instagram about this collection, and everybody seemed to like the, what's that gourmand one? Forgot what it's called, but that's not my favorite. My favorite is this one. Oriental Brûlant. This is my favorite one. I love this. No one ever talks about this fragrance. Why? It's so good. Oh my gosh, it's powdery. It's very, very powdery. It's almond, vanilla, powder, with lots of tonka and tangerine. It's a sweet orange kind of a scent with almond, vanilla, and it's just so good. This is one of my favorite cozy type of perfumes. If I just want to feel like, you know, warm and cozy and just happy, I would wear this one. It's so good. All right, I've got a few more to go. The next one I'll do is this glorious one over here. Whoops, sorry about that. This is the Sousou Levant, and it comes in the same bottle as the Vega. Oh gosh, okay. This fragrance is absolutely stunning, and again, it's one that I didn't think that I'd love so much. Okay, so this one is basically the same as that, but this one is sealed. I have not opened it yet. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry about that. Boxes are flying everywhere. So I haven't opened it yet because I use a decant of it. I already have a decant of that one. It's a Chypre green floral fragrance. So it's quite green. It's probably the queen of green fragrances or Chypres. It's a Chypre green. So it's more green than being like Chypre perfume, if you know what I'm trying to get at. It's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. It's probably my favorite green fragrance out there. It's quite sharp. It's bright at the same time. It's fresh, refreshing kind of a scent, but it's also a dense green scent. So it's got character. It's not just your regular, just green perfume and that's it. No, it actually speaks to me. And this one actually came out in 1933. So it is an old one. Once again, these two are very, very old, but they've remade them and they just keep on remaking and then discontinuing. So this one has also been discontinued. So, okay, so now I've got, I think, 2 more to go and that is it. Now, this is from the Aqua Allegoria range, and I love the old Aqua Allegoria fragrances that they used to make. I don't really like the new ones. I think they are just really bad. I don't know. They're not for me, and I think they just quickly to release, new ones, and they don't really take their time. I mean, look, the collection is probably supposed to be like that, like for the younger crowd, or just so you can just use on a regular basis, but they're uninspiring to me. I don't know. They used to make them good. They used to. I have a few that I love that were old. But yeah, this is one of them. Winter Dilys. I love this fragrance. It's my favorite Aqua Allegoria. I also like the Ylang and Vanille. I love that one as well. I've also got it, but this one is my favorite. This is a holiday type of a scent. It's quite resinous, very woody, vanilla type of a scent. And the notes are the pine, resin, apoponax, vanilla, sugar, fir. So it's got some very unique notes. The fir I definitely get, the pine. So that's why I said it's more of a holiday type of a wintry scent, because I feel like I'm in winter, and I feel like, although we don't really have those trees around where I live, but I know, like, I can imagine myself in a forest or in a house at the holiday season in the forest. I don't know. It just gives me that kind of feeling. It's a little bit green, but not like leafy green. It's just from the fur, I think. I don't know. It's just a really gorgeous fragrance, and I wish they never discontinued it because I love it. It's amazing. I actually have 2 more to go. I didn't see that one hiding, which is this one, the Le Bleu. Now, this is a vintage bottle. I have it in the extract. I've got it in the EDP. I have it in all kinds, this one, because it's my favorite. This is a soft floral powdery scent. So it's got your iris, your violet. It's that type of scent. It's so beautiful. When I wear it, I feel like relaxed and dreamy. It just puts you in a very happy type of content type of a mood. And I love powdery fragrances, and I find that the powder is just enough in this fragrance, and the vanilla in here is so beautiful. Now, this bottle is vintage, as I said, and this one in particular has more of the vanilla. So to my nose, this is more of a vanilla powdery scent than it being floral. The newer formulas are more floral than anything, but this one is a lot of vanilla, a lot of vanilla. So that's one of my favorites. And the last fragrance is Vol de Nuit. This scent is glorious. Now, this is the extrait bottle, and it's a very, very old bottle. I was told that this one's from the 40s in particular. And I've just put some tape around it because I don't want it to evaporate. what can I say about this fragrance? Oh my gosh. Sometimes when I'm in the mood, I just open it up and I dab some here and I am transformed. It transforms me into this glamorous Hollywood 1920s beauty. I don't know. This scent, if you want to be transported, if you want to be put in a particular place at a particular time, you have to wear this one. I'm not even kidding. It actually came out in 1933 as well. So these two came out in the same year. But I don't know. I just, to my nose, this one smells older. Like it would have been in the 1920s. So it's really old school. Now the notes are galbanum, narcissus, violet, carnation, jasmine, and rose. So it's not a complicated list like they used to be, but it's a very complicated fragrance. Like if you smell it, it's not a simple one. It's got so much going on. It's absolutely breathtaking. I also have it in the Eau de Toilette, and it's a shadow of this one. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but this one is where it's at. This bottle here is where the gloriousness is. Now, I'm pretty sure with the notes that they were different. I'm pretty sure because the notes I read to you were from the current extract. As I said, my bottle is extremely old, so there must have been different notes used. To my nose, it just smells, I can't even pick each note. I can't point out what it smells like. It just smells like a beautifully combined vintage fragrance. It's just stunning. So here they are all together. These are my favorite Guerlains. And that concludes my video, guys. I've taken way too long. I thought I would do it in like 10 minutes and no, it's not possible. So let me know, do you know any of these fragrances? Do you like any of these? Are they your favorites? Do you not like them? I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you next time. Take care and bye-bye.